Let's focus on Chelsea for a second, because we talked a lot about Tottenham today already. Troy, do Chelsea need a win against a team from the Spurs bracket to back up their claims of contender status? They've beaten Villa, they drew with United, lost to Liverpool, Arsenal, City have all beaten them. Do they need another big statement win?
No, not really. The reason I say that is because I think, obviously, City was first game of the season. Maresca has proved over time that he's just getting better and better. This team is getting more, while it still changes, more solid and understanding of who they are. I really like what he's done. At this moment in time, if it was to stop, I know a lot of talk's been on Arne slot. I'd actually have to give him manager of the season so far.
Would you?
Yeah.
Over Slot?
Yeah, because of all of the... I feel like...
Because his transition that he was managing is more chaotic than Slot's.
Exactly. And all the press, all of us were saying that's carnage, other than Simon, and we like to give Simon too much credit, but everyone was going, that's too much turnaround. He's putting people in the bomb squad. What's he doing? You can't treat players like that. And now it proves to be that he knows what he's doing, and none of us do.
Simon was right.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying? You're finding it hard to say it. But
I'm not going to say that Simon was right.
Got to give him
but
the credit
all of us were wrong, except him.
I'm not saying Simon was right. We were just wrong. Chelsea have conceded in 6 of their last 7 away games, so Spurs will fancy their chances to get on the score sheet on Sunday. And the Chelsea fans not happy about their choice of referee. Anthony Taylor has been appointed to the game, and they're not great fans of Anthony Taylor. VAR decided that Christian Romero pulling Cucurella's hair last year wasn't a foul. Was it last year or the year before, 2 years ago?
It was a sending off last week.
And then last week it was a sending off. So it's like, I wonder why they're not happy about it. However,
it's great to watch our producer, the referee.
The ref, yeah.
Like just crumbling behind the screen here.
Yeah, do you know he was very pleased with himself earlier this week because he picked out a bit of simulation in the penalty area. Yeah. And
it's a different type of week he has, isn't it, compared to us?
He was very proud of himself. I think the Chelsea fans should flip the narrative on this, by the way, on Anthony Taylor. I think he should embrace the Anthony Taylor thing now, right? Because he took charge of 4 Chelsea games last season and Chelsea didn't lose a single one of them. I think then it's time for the narrative to flip. Talking of trying to flip the narrative, I wonder if Ange Postecoglou this morning has been trying to flip the narrative with the Tottenham Hotspur fans.
Well, not behind me, mate. They're behind the club. I've got no interest in who's behind me. It's and look, last night, you got to figure the ones who travelled to Bournemouth are fairly hardcore supporters, so they weren't happy with what they saw. And like I said, they felt like they needed to give some feedback. I took the feedback on board and we move on.
Does he help himself?
Not really. Not when you take it in the isolation of that. But he's fair, isn't he? That the ones that travel are normally the hardcore, and especially midweek. But it's just like he does alienate himself, doesn't he? And that's what we spoke about earlier.
He sort of comes across as if like he's not really worried about what's happening outside. I've just got to play. I want to do. Just support the club. I'm just getting on with my bit. You get on with your bit. And I don't know. Is that what the Tottenham fans want?
No,
actually, someone detached from them and just concentrate on the job.
In a manager's role or head coach's role, you want to say yes. You have to distract yourself from the noise and carry on. But actually, when you look at how every other club is doing it at the moment, the fan base and the management and the directors have all got to be aligned for it to be successful.
And by the way, he had the most amount of goodwill that a new manager could possibly get, right? Absolutely. So when he walked in the door, started so well, the first year, everyone was... I remember, one of my mates is a massive Tottenham fan, and it's the vibe going around the place was it's all about the feels. It's all about the feels.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because he's bringing the good times back. Whether or not they were winning every game, or they were brilliant or whatever, he obviously did start very well, but actually it was all about the feels. Okay. Where's that feels now?
You'd have to ask them, not me.
No, but what's the vibe you're getting?
Yeah, the vibe I'm getting is exact. If I don't have any skin in the game, so I can look at it very objectively. I think it's very much what they are. They're a team that when they're at their best, they're like, oh my God, these could be anything. But they're never consistently at their best. And I think that looked through that squad of players. If you offered them to Chelsea, Arsenal and Man City now, Liverpool, how many of them would be taken to go and take somebody else's place?
Not many.
Not many.
I mean, you take Mickey van der Ven in a heartbeat, wouldn't you?
And that's it. And dare I say, arguably, someone might come and do that.
But it's a possibility, I suppose.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody might go, right,
That's
in a year's
history.
time, let's come and take it away. So I just think Spurs are exactly where they are.
It's amazing, really, isn't it, how the sort of tone around these two teams has changed so dramatically. Yes. Chelsea, chaos, it's all over the place, it's going to be a disaster. All of a sudden, they're the team that are closest to Liverpool.
Well, there's a January window coming, so you have got a capability
got a chance to disrupt it all again.
Go and buy 8 more players for no reason. So, you could do that.
It's interesting because yesterday on our podcast, actually, Premier League All Access, someone asked actually whether or not you needed to eat humble pie if you were slightly critical of the ownership and how they behaved over the first couple of years. And I said, no, you shouldn't be eating humble pie, because those things did happen, right? It was chaotic. There was an issue that you couldn't get everyone in the changing room. You do still look around the league and you see players that used to play for Chelsea playing at a high level that don't play for them anymore. Yes. Players that came through their academy that aren't representing that club, but they're representing another Premier League club. That is still frustrating.
Yeah,
yes, they're doing well now, and they've combined the talent that they've got at this moment into a complete unit. But that doesn't mean that those other things didn't happen.
No, absolutely not. And also, you can't predict the future, so you're asked to give your opinion on what you see there and then. Not can we retrospectively look forward and hope that something's going to happen and then go back, tell ourselves that was different. I think Chelsea are in an excellent situation. I still feel that they're a goalkeeper short. I'm not 100% sold on Nicholas Jackson yet. Happy to be proven wrong every single time. But in terms of
no players, well, I think it's only Watkins and Haaland have scored more non-penalty goals than him since the start of last season.
That's fine. But I'm talking about getting you over the line where Chelsea want to be winning things. I'm not talking about somebody that scores goals.
Okay.
So that's just my only grievances, I would say, at this moment in time.
He got a hat-trick in this fixture last season, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Running in behind that high line that continued even when they had 9 players.
And you had about the same guy who got offside the most.
Yeah, but he changed his mind, didn't he? He changed his name in the summer. He's changed his name. He has. He went to Depot because his name last season was Nicholas Jackson offside, and this year he's just got rid of that last bit. He's just changed it.
I like his style. But he's obviously benefiting from the way that they're playing. And Cuckoo as well. Now he's started to score, find the form that he had pre the injury. It's a good setup. It's a real good outfit. So, you have to even Sanchez looking good again. Jadon Sancho's looking good again. So
scored a good goal.
Yeah. So you want to say that with the business that they've done, while it looked chaotic, it seems to be working, and fair play to the manager.
Highest ever XG for a Premier League away game in Wednesday night's game against Southampton, but it was also the first match in which the starting 11 didn't contain an academy graduate since May 2023, a run of 56 matches. That is one point of concern for the Chelsea fans, but Enzo Maresca says that his club is set for a period of domination.
The good thing is that I still think what I said to the owners and to the sport director the first time I met them. Because of the age and because how good is the squad, for me Chelsea in the next 5-10 years will be one of the team that is going to dominate English football. This is what I said to the club the first time I met them. No matter who will be the manager for the next 5-10 years, because of the age and because of the squad, you can dominate English football. And I still think exactly the same.
Because of the age, because of the squad, you can dominate English football. I still think exactly the same. It's a bold thing to say.
Yeah, but it's a fairly, it's not a wild statement, is it? Best young players around. They're only going to get better.
Pep Guardiola's still here.
Yes,
Liverpool are top of the table.
But that
dominate English football. That's quite a statement.
The Man City squad is being considered old and needs a revamp. Liverpool potentially losing all 3 of their best players. If I was him, I'd be very, very confident that being second at the moment with a young squad that's only going to get better, learn and understand. And they've also got the backing, so they can still spend. So I wouldn't say that's a wild statement, not at all.
Interesting whether or not the Chelsea fans are getting the feels for Enzo Maresca.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.